But I'm glad that I'm glad that people I'm glad we get to have this conversation, right? Because though you're somebody as my brother who I know fairly well, like to believe I know fairly well, who's very like or can be very stubborn, as stubborn as you can be, you're not opposed to listening to the other side.
No.
And I think that's the problem with a lot of stands is they could give a fuck about even if it's gold that you're offering from the opposing side that, hey, this information could help you or this information may be suitable for you. They could care less. They don't care. They're going to die in their standum. You know what I'm saying? And you could come off as that, but like if there's a difference of opinion that you have, I don't think you're gonna always be willing to die in your standum. And I think listening to the album being like, nah, I'll still get it the fuck out of here, I'd be like, I don't like I would feel like all hope is lost for your
That's
eardrums.
a dick rider. Excuse my language. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, y'all. But I have a I have a like a cap. I have a cap on how hard I can go for someone that is not associated to me. Like there's a cap on how hard I can go for Steph. There's a cap on how hard I can go for LeBron. A cap on how hard I can go for Kobe. A cap on how hard I can go for Drake. A cap on how hard I can go for the Cowboys. I cannot go so hard where I look like a dick rider. That's just that'll never be me. It just will never be me. Now, if we raw Cowboys ain't shit, well your team ain't shit. Well the Cowboys ain't shit, well your team ain't shit. Well my team won the Super Bowl. Okay, now are we going into logic now, or are we just still just
we,
aimlessly talking shit to each other? Right?
yeah.
Because if we're gonna go in logic now,
What are the
I'm gonna
rules
go
of
get in my logic
engagement?
bag versus continue on and look like a dick sucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like what are the rules of
I just
engagement?
don't. So to your point, um, as a rapper, right? And many of y'all probably don't know that I rap, but I rap and I rap fairly well, right? I rap just as well as a fairly good rapper, right? So as a rapper, to listen to this album and give it any type of negative connotation is somebody just being a hater, bro. That's just somebody just being a hater, somebody who's not in tune with reality. I understand having your side and who you're more loyal to, but to listen to like I'm loyal to Drake, right? Which I'm not really loyal to the nigga. I'm just a fan. For somebody to say, "Hey, this album was good. You should check it out," and I'd be like, "Okay, I'm gonna check it out just to tell this person it was garbage, not to really give it a good listen to see if they were right about it or if they was just feeding me malarkey, just to listen to it, just to be like, go against what I really feel as a rapper, what I really know to be good rapping, just to be like, nah, 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 Drake's still the man and the clips ain't shit. Like that's dick ride, dog. I'm sorry to keep saying that, but I have no other phrase for that, right? And I'm cultured. That's what that is in the culture, bro. We don't. You can ride for your nigga as long as you want to, but if he beating on this bitch and you got his back, you're a dick rider.
So, with everything you just said, does the DSC Drake Stand Committee do they allow you to still maintain your membership with everything that you just said about the Clips album? Is your membership still in good standings?
Yes,
Do you think they would accept you still with open arms?
yes. The real Drake fans, the real Drake fans, they respect the game. These stands that you talking about, they probably won't respect the game, and I probably wouldn't be acceptable to them. But I'm willing to bet that they are the only. I'm willing to bet that the only hip hop music they listen to is Drake. So I'm good with that. I'm
we
okay with that.
may have the title of this episode Drake Stan Committee.
Yeah, bro. Because
So,
I don't think that they should have ever been associated. I only got on the podcast last week associating it because when I was researching for the podcast, that's all I was seeing. And I'm like, oh no. Oh
so
no.
that's what led you to your like, yo, this is just based off like what happened with Drake and Kim. That's what made you say that statement.
So yeah, from when I seen the comments on TikTok and Twitter of okay, so this is the thing, bro. If these niggas can't put out an album and it's just, hey, the Clips is putting out an album without the entire world saying, look who's putting out an album. And guess who might be mad about it? That's clickbait for Drake, and you know it, right? That's what I got a problem with.
Is that on the Clips? Is that the Clips doing, or is that just the media? The media.
Oh no. That's just the media. The media forces you to the media, and what I saw in the media and social media before the podcast last week forced me to get on the podcast last week and try to keep my reserve. Right? But then you got Isaac over here talking about just like unsolicited Drake talk from Isaac. Like unsolicited, like nobody said nothing about Drake. He just randomly was like, oh yeah, this nigga said UK got some of the best rappers in the world. That's crazy. Better than Americans. And I'm like, I'm sitting back trying to keep my reserve, saying to myself, well, if there's one really good rapper in America and one really good rapper in UK, the UK can still have some of the best rappers in the world, bro. Like, come on, like, It could be 100 rappers, 50 are from America, 50 are from the UK. And guess what? UK still got some of them. So once Isaac started up and then you was going with the Clips, I tried to stay reserved, but all that melded into each other. And I'm like, all right, bro, it is what it is. Let's do this shit.
We here
Let's
now.
do it.
Entertainment.
And I'll listen to the album later. But as of now, you niggas get the smoke right now.
Nah,
And
I
Drake
love
gonna
it, man.
watch us one day. He gonna watch us one day, and he gonna send us a donation. And I want y'all to know it wasn't because of y'all.
That's fair. That's fair. That's 1,010% fair. Man, I wish Izzo and Black Peace was here. So stat of the week presented to you by your company here in this lower third. If you're looking to promote your business, you want to partner with us, or you like our content, you believe we have an audience that could help you grow your business, please feel free to reach out, and we would love to tag your business logo here in this lower third as we present to you the stat of the week. That stat of the week is also a play off of last week's episode between the Drake and Clips debate. Izzo was trolling. You was in your Drake bag. Darnell also. All three of y'all. All three of y'all were adamant that nobody was checking for the Clips. Nobody gave a damn about this album. Whoop-de-doo, so what? They're great rappers, grinding, hip hip hooray. Nobody's checking for this album. Only you, Edward, is fascinated with this album. You're the only person on earth who's heard this album. So after last week, the reports have come out. Since it's been 16 years since the Clips dropped their album together, and with the 16 years that have passed, Lord, let God sort them out, hit 116K sales in the first week, on top of charting at the number 4 spot of the Billboard 200 in their first week. That is absolutely astronomically phenomenal.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That is That is
And
sensational.
you got to give the flowers to that, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's about the money, bro. It's about the money and the production that's going to yield you the income. These guys have put themselves in a position. If their kids were eating for the rest of their lives, they're now putting themselves in a position for their kids to eat off of royalties for the rest of their lives. And you ain't gotta tell me. I'm willing to bet that they did this album independently. You ain't gotta tell me,
This is true. This is true. This is true.
right? Because everybody's taking the Nipsey formula and then putting it now. We're not doing that no more, right? So flowers to them, man. Flowers to them. And we ain't got no problem with clips. We just got a problem with Pusha T.
Oh, the Drake stand committee is just a problem with Push.
The clips, we love you. Hey, Pusha T. Oh, fuck
But yeah, man. Again, for the stat of the week, presented to you by your company here in this lower third. After 16 years from dropping their last joint album together, that being the Clips, they debut first week sales with Let God Sort Them Out. 116,000 records sold, including charting at the number 4 spot of the Billboard 200 in the first week, man. So the numbers would say everybody's checking for the Clips, and all of the ain't nobody looking for the Clips, ain't nobody checking for them last week. The numbers would detect that that was a lie. But
The
no,
numbers
man.
will say that a lot of people are checking for the clips.